Would everyone please silence their cell phones at this time? Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated.
Good afternoon, students, parents, staff, and friends. My name is Christian Zamrock. Welcome to this very special ceremony to celebrate the 8th grade graduating class of 2021. This has been an unprecedented year. We did not get to start the year together, but we are so excited to end our 9 years in Clinton Township together. Even though we are all looking forward to going to high school, it's hard to say goodbye to our wonderful CTMS school community. We will take many fond memories with us. Thank you all for your support along the way. Please enjoy the ceremony.
Isn't it amazing that this little 3x3 device can consume a person? This little piece of technology has been our entire world for the last 18 months. It is so tough in today's world to put this thing down, to take our eyes off the screen that makes our world go round. This little device has been the one thing that has helped us feel like we fit in. Hi everyone, I am Brooke Holmes. I've been in the Clinton Township School District since kindergarten. Although this past year has been difficult for us all, we are slowly easing back into normalcy. For many of us, we have relied on our phones to help us through this last year and a half. It has been, for most of us, our saving grace. But is it really? These devices have helped us connect with friends and family through a screen, reassuring us that everyone was well. Without our phones, we would be lost, unable to connect and communicate with other people outside of our homes. One Zoom call allowed me to bid my cousin farewell and good luck as he went into the Army. I needed that. We all needed those moments. School, more so than ever, has revolved around a screen. Morning meetings in kindergarten on the alphabet rug have now been replaced by playing unblocked games during homeroom before announcements. Table discussions, group work, and other things from pre-pandemic years have now been replaced by Google Hangouts and breakout rooms on Zoom. One specific assignment that stood out to me this year, amongst everything that has been happening, is surviving with geek feasels of all shapes and sizes. I can still remember this day as if it was yesterday. We talked about these imaginary creatures for a long time, and the conversation even continued into social studies. In Period 3 science class, we can all reflect on the day when we were lectured for typing 40 pages of chat. Well, at least some of us can remember that. Anyways, despite all these fun technological activities, I, like many of you, still yearn for normalcy in the classroom. We need those real interactions without a screen. But our phones will always be with us. We will always carry this little social norm around in our sweatshirt pocket, even if it means getting it taken away, and rely on it to always keep us connected. But as technology continues to overtake our world, my wish for you all is that you do not allow it to overtake your hearts. Now is the time to pull ourselves away from what has helped us get through this year, as we embark on our next chapter of life and make real connections outside the screen. Now is the time to put the phone down and discover what life has in store for all of us in the real world. Whether it be a certain career path that we are destined to take, or a goal that we are striving to achieve in high school, each person's future is unique but special in one way or the other. If we are centering our life around that addicting idea of social media or a video game where we just can't put the controller down, we won't be able to recognize what is in store for our futures. My brother once asked me if I would rather have 1,000 fake friends or one true friend. My answer? All I need is one true friend. In truth, best friends cannot be created through a screen. If we are going around telling everyone, hey, I just got 3,000 followers on TikTok, this still does not say anything about who we are as a person. We don't need social media followers to help us through our lives and be our friends every step of the way. If there is one piece of advice that I can give you guys, 8th grade class of 2021, step away from the phone. Step away from the virtual world that has been near and dear to us, and step closer to what really matters in life. Real connections with people, family, and friends, and moderation in everything that we do. So put the phone down. Look up. Notice the beautiful sunset. Take time to talk to a friend face to face. Call your grandma to say hello. Give someone a compliment or paint an inspiring rock that you can place around your neighborhood. Notice the beautiful creation. Breathe in the fresh air. Know that you are here for a reason and make each day count. Have an attitude of gratitude and be the light to all you encounter. And most of all, be the reason someone smiles today.
Would Ms. Kiefer's homeroom please rise?
Will Ms. Cantagallo and Mr. Roberto's homeroom please stand?
Please hold your applause until all names have been called. Adishola Ade.
Dylan Angelis.
Marissa Anise.
Molly Bauer.
Rachel Bielenberg.
Ian Bozzi.
Brooke Cahill.
Ryan Cathro.
Morgan Selly.
Kevin Corrales.
Aiden Chen.
Braxton Hannah.
Riley Conate.
Ronald Kaminsky.
Mitchell DaCosta.
Camilo Marin.
Chris Delano.
Rachel McNamara.
Samantha Doherty.
Olivia O'Neill.
Riley Ford.
Bo Pardo.
Brody Dunn.
Ava Rosalie Pecora.
Emily Franco.
Tatum Felb.
Dylan Gray.
Shahan Sivajivin.
Ian Michael Grenda.
Gabriella Stevens.
Isabella Hodkinson.
Emily Strecker.
Brooke Holmes.
Nicholas Ucardi.
Annika Hoyer.
Ketivani Saikazite.
Hannah Rose Lutan.
Evan Ambrosio.
Kate Victoria McIsaac.
Connor Brand.
Kevin Malloy.
Catherine Brennan.
Sanjana Mendati.
Sophia Capuccio.
Aiden McLaughlin.
Grace D'Angelo.
Ryan Melrose.
Brian Michael Flaherty.
Devin Merkel.
Callie Gaffney.
Alexander Morgan.
Coben Gilder.
Chloe Olson.
Emma Gregory.
Cami Plax.
Shania Martinez.
Spencer Poe.
Aubrey Mazak.
Amelia Reitman.
Avril Morales.
Sarah Schwerk.
Christian Ramundo.
Ethan Slota.
John Quinton Robinson III.
Julie Sandy.
Nathan Rodriguez.
Rosa Span.
Alora Kaylin Schwartz.
Mary Specken.
Charlotte Leona Shannon.
Aria Spinetti.
Megan Simonelli.
Ava Spinetti.
Gracie Alexis Ucardi.
Jody Van Doren.
Willem Voss.
Jaden Vega. Tamai Vayakaram. Lucas Wodilla. Please be seated.
Hello, CTMS class of 2021. I'm Isabella Hodkinson.
And I'm Ava Sudol.
We know that we have been tormenting the Clinton Township District Halls since kindergarten. While I know we have kept life quite entertaining, that is not what we're here to talk about today.
First, we would like to thank all of the teachers and administration that have miraculously gotten us to this point. You have always been there supporting us all. We know that was clearly not an easy task. It is no secret that the class of 2021 was not the ideal role of perfect behavior, but we've all managed to get to graduation, and we know that you're going to miss us.
We have managed to be the district's first 6th grade class in CTMS. I mean, this was definitely a big part of our middle school experience. It has definitely been a roller coaster. We've all had the silent lunches and timeouts, but today we would like to reminisce on the amazing accomplishments that this class has done. In no particular order, we have
Won first place in 6th grade chorus,
won first place in 6th grade band,
won second place in Law Adventure,
put a Relay for Life together in the middle of a pandemic,
our team won, placed first in Reading Olympics way back in 5th grade,
had classmates place high in the geography and spelling bees,
started a garden from scratch,
had amazing athletes who placed first in games and tournaments.
and don't forget the amount of first places in Spirit Days. I mean, wow, these are just a few of the achievements that the class of 2021 has acquired, but the list goes on and on.
The last year and a half took a huge toll on everyone, but look, here we are, graduating in person. I know many, if not all of us, have had to experience a big event online. Thankfully, we are all here to see the faces and not through a screen. I truly do not think we have given the teachers enough credit for what they've been able to do for us in and out of the virtual world. From firsthand experience, we know that that is not easy.
After almost 7.5 years of normal school, we had to switch to being fully virtual in just the span of 2 weeks. It took a toll on everyone, not only academically, but mentally and socially. We know it happened to us and all of you too.
However, it certainly hasn't all been negative. We know our friendship was strong before, but even through a global pandemic, here we are, still best friends.
Throughout all of that, the connections and friendships that we have made with not only each other, but with all of you are something that we never could have imagined. We are so thankful towards all of you, parents, teachers, and especially our classmates. We all know that none of us could have gone through anything without you all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Annika Hoyer, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to give this speech tonight. For much of our 8th grade class, our middle school experience has been about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. I will say, this speech tonight was a little outside of my comfort zone, but it's when we are uncomfortable that we grow as people. We build character. We push ourselves past the limits we place to become the best versions of ourselves possible. When we first came to CTMS, we were the first 6th graders to attend the middle school. Before us, it was only 7th and 8th graders. This was scary for a lot of us, and leaving elementary school early would be a big adjustment. We adapted to the school very well. We even started our own garden in the courtyard, like we would have had at Round Valley. We started 7th grade with a year of middle school experience under our belts. Before we knew it, our year would be cut short. We had known about coronavirus, but nobody was particularly concerned about it. Until one day, over the announcements, we were told that we would have school virtually for 2 weeks. We were ecstatic about the corona-cation. Little did we know, this would eventually lead to our whole year being virtual. This long period of quarantine was difficult for most people. We were stuck at home and we couldn't see our friends. The next year, for 8th grade, our school switched to a system of hybrid and virtual learning. Although people were disappointed that we couldn't have a normal school year, it was the best option for us and gave us opportunities that we didn't have being exclusively virtual. It was good to be together, but we were limited in a lot of ways. We were spread far apart, we only had half days of school, and we wore masks, which were all necessary safety precautions. It felt as if we were so close to our old school experience, yet still far away. After returning to this building, we had found that our 6th grade garden had died. This garden was an anchor to help us feel welcome at the middle school, but not too far away from Round Valley. While this was sad, we knew it was no one's fault. After all, with all the priorities during COVID, the garden just wasn't on the list. It was not essential, but also we did not need it anymore. We had moved on from the thing that was once meant to make us feel comfortable because we learned that life is often about being uncomfortable. We had grown and we were no longer nervous. There was a silver lining, as with everything. After we were deprived of things that used to be a part of our everyday life, we came to appreciate things more. After our friends were taken away, I think you can all agree we had a greater appreciation for everyone, even people who we wouldn't have considered our friends prior to the pandemic. We learned to be grateful. The most special thing of all is that we went through this experience together. We persevered through a pandemic, which is something that is truly unique to us. And although some may feel that we didn't have a normal school year, our school experiences are one of a kind. So I would like to say, cheers to us for spending this abnormal school year together. After this year, the challenges of high school will come easier to all of us. Thank you.
Will Miss Butler's homeroom please stand?
Miss Abrams' homeroom, please stand.
Tommy Clark.
Olivia Aletto.
Nathan Cosello.
Kayla Blazovic.
Vincenzo Darrow.
Christopher Botsford.
Ava Davis.
Benjamin Bird.
Chiara Di Nicola.
Nina Casello.
Zachary Emerson.
Mason DeCellis.
John Frederick.
Carolyn Fine.
Ella Gascoigne.
Caitlin Fine.
Jackson Hale.
Jesse Gabarro.
Jake Infante.
Cooper Garvey Blackwell.
Johnny Kep.
Jake Goodman.
Stephen Cochran.
Douglas Hanson.
Marley Landsberger.
Evan Kinney.
Allie Leibensberger.
Quinn Knoll.
Layla Loprimo.
Vincent Macero.
Karina Los Pinoso.
Jason Russell.
Nayla Madu.
Shannon Simpson.
Kyla McGill.
Ryan Smith.
Madison Nunez.
John Strober.
Anna Russo.
Ava Sudel.
Gabby Scangamore.
Marcus Teixeira.
Benny Serrani.
Samuel Wirt.
James Turner.
Claire Wysong.
Ava Valenti. Maha Vapuri. Adam Wade. Trey Weaver. Michelle Woodring. Emmy Werba. Emma Werther. Stacy Yu. Christian Zamrock. Please be seated.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to our 8th grade class of 2021. I'm Ava Spinetti.
And I'm Aria Spinetti.
Isn't it too bad that we have to do our graduation speech over Zoom?
I guess my sister is so used to being in front of the computer. Ava, you know you can shut the computer now, right?
Oh! I guess I've been so attached to the laptop and online classes that I forgot what it is like to be with so many real people instead of just little icons.
This year has had its ups and downs, but despite many obstacles, we are privileged enough to have our graduation in person. We're on the way back to normal.
From Zoom calls to Google Meets and having to do, virtually, everything online, our class has adapted and pushed through these ever-changing circumstances in a way that many would have thought to be impossible.
Impossible. That was a theme and a song from last year's drama club production of Cinderella, which we have gained some of our fondest memories from. We will never forget all of the wonderful times we spent singing, dancing, wearing our costumes, trying on the glass slipper that was a ballet flat covered in reflective tape. I don't think that I'll ever believe that our show was canceled only an hour before our call time due to the COVID lockdown. Who would have guessed that our ball gowns and choreography would have been replaced by pajamas and laying in bed all day?
I guess the real theater saying should be, the show must go on, unless there's a global pandemic. One of my personal favorite lines from the whole show is, impossible things are happening every day. And I think it is especially fitting for this year, as we've beaten all odds and successfully adapted our lifestyles to the COVID-safe ways of today.
When school was closed back in March 2020, I'm sure many of us thought we would be back to school in no time. But here today, I think it's safe to say that things didn't go quite the way we imagined. I still don't know what day of the week it is.
We were both nervous when we first moved here in the summer before 7th grade, but our friends and all of our teachers and administrators made us feel more than welcome in the new school.
While we are sad to say that we didn't have much time at CTMS, we are happy that we got to be in such an amazing learning environment, in the classrooms and from our houses. This year was nothing like we had expected, but it definitely gave us a newfound appreciation of school and its importance.
Looking around, I can see all of my peers and how much they have grown in such little time. We are more mature and more prepared for the road ahead than we were when we first started.
As the pandemic comes to a close, it is also time to close our Chromebooks and look towards our futures in high school.
In this past year, the saying, the show must go on, didn't always apply when it came to theater, but it definitely applies to life in general, even through a global pandemic. So when the road is rough, and you seem to feel that everything is impossible, we must remember that, as we said before, impossible things are happening every day. Congratulations, 8th grade class of 2021.
Will Mrs. Chenoweth's homeroom please rise?
Will Miss Jiddo's homeroom please stand?
Caroline Atanasio.
Miranda Abarca.
Christopher Bulowski.
Daniel Buckman.
Haley Bukowski.
Brooke Butler.
Ali Borzelli.
Cameron Campbell.
Graham Burt.
Joseph Celentano.
Fernando Charles.
Paige Selly.
Lauren Shohan.
Ricardo Charles.
Rylan Contos.
Leah Charlante.
Lucio Cosello.
Ricardo Casano Iturbe.
Nicholas Kantorski.
Jonathan Marzarella.
Shayon McFarlane.
Grace Mayen.
Dylan Miller.
Madison Millward.
Alec Milne.
Catherine Moyer.
Olivia Parisi.
Owen Ponelt.
Nick Politi.
Miles Rabb.
Ian Reed.
Brooke Richards.
Dean Russos.
Chris Sand. Please be seated.
Hello everyone, I'm Alec Milne. Each year, the 8th grade class and parents use part of the funds we have raised while at CTSC to purchase a gift for the school. The class of 2021 has donated a bench we made from recycled materials. We hope students will use it for years to come. Thank you.
This year, we welcomed a new superintendent to Clinton Township. She has been our leader for this unusual year and led us through with style and grace. It is my honor to introduce to you Dr. Johanna Roberto.
Good evening. Thank you. When we do comments at a graduation, we always start with thanks. It's a good thing to start with thanks. First of all, we're the grandparents. Where are you? Stand up. I need to see you. Come on. There you are. Well, I have to tell you, you look fabulous. My eldest grandson just finished kindergarten today. Who would have thought? Really, who would have thought this would have happened to all of us? Congratulations to all of you. Parents, I offer you my congratulations. You did very, very well. There's nothing that influences a child more than the family. Samuels did a longitudinal study early in my career, and I read it. I was teaching in the inner city, and from this study, he came to one of the conclusions, and I wrote it out, and he revealed that a child really only needs one person or an advocate in their life, someone for them to talk to, someone that takes an interest in the child, someone to encourage the child. And at that moment, that was my mission as an educator. And in the inner city, unfortunately, there were children that needed a teacher to be that person. So to the parents, congratulations. You did well. Not only that, but you lived through 8th grade. Not only that, but you lived through 8th grade with your children home. What better experience could that be? Wasn't it good, guys? Did you? Yeah, look, they're smiling. They enjoyed it. Miss Hammond, Mr. Mason, there you are. I want you to know how much we value all of you. We started planning your graduation in January. We had 5 scenarios. I am so pleased we weren't renting this party bus to go to each student's home. We watched the weather. I had dialogue, secret dialogue with my governor. I pushed. But Miss Hammond and Mr. Mason, I'll do it all over again with the 2 of you and your fine staff. Excellent. Excellent. Good job. Good job. Also tonight we have Miss Goad with us and Miss Postma, and I know you feel old. Do you feel old? Yes, I know. I know. I hate to tell you this, I probably taught some of the parents in the audience. Miss Hinkle, thank you. Miss Pascione, thank you. And there's a gentleman that doesn't get any recognition. He and I both started on July 1st. And kids, you don't know the backstory. But when I really retire, I'm doing a movie about this. He and I started on the first day, and I said to him, am I okay with money? And he said, yes, don't spend it. Mr. Kramer, you're the man. Stand up. Stand up. We walked the buildings the first week. You came back to the office. You made a phone call to the ventilation company. We would have never opened if it wasn't for that phone call. So as my children sitting on each side of me, thank you, Mr. Kramer. Thank you. And now the teachers, the guidance counselors, the nurse. Teachers is the position closest to my heart. I am not a 3-year wonder administrator. I was in the classroom for about 18 years. The teachers in the Clinton Township School District, I'm not your superintendent, I'm your colleague. You are unbelievable. Not one complaint. Parents, do you hear that? Not one complaint. You have a fine district here. The nurses, many phone conversations at 9:30 at night. Miss Ingram, thank you for your good work. And now the support staff. You have no idea, ladies, how much your greetings to an interim superintendent mean in the morning. We visit buildings all week long, and I have to tell you, you're tired sometimes, but you have to have that mask crisp, and you have to present yourself so that the district is proud of your voice. I take that to heart. And the people that support all the work we all do for these beautiful, beautiful children, you are worth it. You have been worth every ounce of energy we have given you, so thank you. Building and grounds, I don't know how you did it. Mr. Bolanini, superior. We worked this year, but to my children on my left and my right, I missed you. You didn't get to see the real Dr. Roberto. She's very funny on occasion. The real Dr. Roberto can disrupt the class like you wouldn't believe. I love to watch you. There is nothing more beautiful than watching a child grow. It is a gift that I've had in my life for over 50 years. And every year I swear I'm not doing it again. And because of you, you sweet little children, you get pulled back. We worked very hard this year. The board couldn't have asked for anything better. You've got a history that could be a soap opera, but not this year. You're integrity-based, ethical, hard-working people. You ask questions that are difficult and challenging, but you hold us all accountable for our children in our community. And I acknowledge your hard work. The PTA, what can I say? You brought softness to a hard situation for these beautiful children. You were creative in your design for activities to expand. You embraced the interim superintendent, and you accepted her, and that I thank. As an educator, I never met with the Office of Emergency Management, the Department of Health, more than I did this year. It started with almost daily. Then we went to weekly. We depended on Dr. Frank. We depended on our executive county superintendent. Public education is not a commodity. In the 60s, the School of Education was in the School of the Humanities. As my children said in their offerings this evening, they talked about connections between people. That's public education. We aren't a commodity to viewed or to be used. We provide a service. And the one thing we model for children, long before 2021, was democracy and equity. Read the Constitution of the state of New Jersey. Every child will get a public education. Clinton Township, it is alive and well in your community. To my dear students, I'm revealing myself again to you. Now, I told you a secret this morning. If I see that on Facebook, like some of your parents do continually, I will find you. Because if Clinton finds this thing out about their interim superintendent, I'm history. Aren't you dying to know what I told them? I bet you all think I got in trouble. You didn't know my parents. No, I never got in trouble. I was too afraid to get in trouble. In fact, my father passed away in 1997, and I'm still grounded from the night I broke curfew. But I told them a secret, and I won't see it on Facebook. But when I go to bed at night, after I look at the British baking show that I have become addicted to during COVID, I do a journal entry. I have to clear my mind. I have to get rid of thoughts. And then I go down the list. Is Ron okay? That's my husband of 49 years. Is Jackie okay? The 38-year-old. And I go down the list. And then I get to my kids in Clinton. Are they okay? And when I answer yes, I sleep like you wouldn't believe. That is how much your educational community values you. That is not just me. That is these people here tonight. Tonight is about your accomplishments. I'm usually with K through 12 students, but I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing cooler than an 8th grader. Do you know, as an 8th grader, you grow as much during these years, and this is research-based, as a baby does to age 2. Look at the difference. Mobility, verbalization, higher cognitive ability, And yes, a 2-year-old has a tremendous amount of power. Look at how much you have grown from kindergarten. But this is just the beginning. Today, when I was at rehearsal with you, I changed as a person. Because when you go to college to be a teacher, you learn something very, very simple. When you teach a child and they learn what you teach, you change them. That's what we do as teachers. Today, you changed me. You taught me how you viewed COVID. You taught me about your garden. You taught me about your view of technology. To technology, I'm an immigrant. I had to learn. To you, it's a part of you. And Brooke gave you good counsel. Put it down. Take the time to connect with people. Move away from the technology. Read. I'm going to give you 4 things, and I want you to hold on to them. Not because I'm your superintendent. No. But I will promise you, one day you're going to be in traffic. You might be my age. And I hope something I said today you remember. The first thing is dream. Start immediately. This is just the beginning. Now's the time to dream. Maya Angelou says, dreams. Dreams are what people are made of. The next item are your decisions. Today we talked about decisions when I met with you. They're hard. They're very, very hard. As I used to tell my students as their principal, don't make any wrong decision that I can't help you get out of. Before you make a poor decision, look at this audience. Lock in on a face in this audience. Meet them in the eye. Your parents, your grandparents, a sibling, a friend. Here they are. These are your people. These are your groupies. These are the people that value you, that invest in you. Make good decisions, don't make poor ones. And then the last item is family. Every day, my parents' voice walks through my head. Do it right, Joe. Stand up straight, Joe. The lipstick's too red, Joe. You shouldn't have talked to this one that way. They influence you more than you know. And to parents, the recording's always on. They're listening even though they're ignoring you. It's embedded in their mind because you're a part of them, as they are a part of you. So as I end tonight, I want to share with you what I've learned. Thomas Brokaw, author of the book, The Greatest Generation, he said that the people of the 40s were the best generation. Read that book. I'll put you into the world of people that fought in World War II. They were good people, humble people, patriotic people. But I disagree with Tom Brokaw. I'm talking to this class now, the class of 2025. You're the greatest generation. You're the greatest generation. Because what you've witnessed in the last year, if you can't make this world better, you will. Congratulations. Have a good time this weekend. Behave, make good decisions. And if you ever need anything, once a Clinton Township student, always a Clinton Township student. Have a good night.
Our principal has helped guide us through these difficult middle school years. We appreciate all of her support and have many fond memories of her. It is my honor to introduce to you Miss Judith Hammond.
Hello, everyone. Wow. What a year it has been, guys. What a year. And look around us. Look, you are here, the 8th grade class. We are truly fortunate to be here on such a beautiful evening, and the sun has come out again. That we are together for this occasion. I am humbled by the fact that we are here all together. So this past 18 months has been full of obstacles, challenges. You adapted, you changed, you continued along your path of learning to the success that led you here today. You persevered, you overcame, and you triumphed. Please remember the next time you're faced with something that's daunting and you think, I just can't do it. Yes, you can. You can. You've got this, guys. You got this year. You have anything. And as you and some of you referenced in your speeches, you are well prepared for the challenges in the high school and in your future. Today is your graduation day. And today brings a roller coaster of emotions for you and your families, your teachers, and everyone here tonight. It's a time of celebration and achievements, for you have worked hard. You've had past trials and many successes. We have many wishes and good hopes for your future. Your past has shaped who you are today. Every step along the way has been important. Robert Louis Stevenson said, "Wherever we are, it is but a stage on the way to somewhere else. And whatever we do, however well we do it, it's only a preparation for something else that shall be different." CTMS and CTSD has been your stage up until now. You will always be a part of this community. Your time with us has shaped who you are today. Every step along the way has been important, but now it's time for you to move on to North, to Voorhees, or to another high school. Wherever you go, we wish you great success, and we know that you will do well. But as with any graduation, there are always traditional words of wisdom. And you know me, I like to talk. So here's my time to tell you some few things. This is the time to reflect on your past and look to your future. Listen to these parents. Listen to your family. Most of the time, they really do know what they're talking about. Choose to be a lifelong learner by reading on a regular basis. Extend to others the grace that you want them to extend to you. Remember that failures and mistakes are life lessons. Learn from them, grow, and move on. Instead of making excuses, make choices. Be the type of person that others are sad to see go. And finally, enjoy everything that life has to offer you. Those experiences are wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, my last lesson for you is reflect on your past. Take hold of every moment and opportunity to build your life well. You have had a firm foundation in the Clinton Township School District. We are very proud of you, and we know you will do many great things in your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the Clinton Township Middle School Class of 2021. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, the students are going to go with their homeroom teachers. Once they get to their spot, please go and collect them, and we wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you soon.